What would you do if your spouse lay dying at the bottom of your staircase? On December 9, 2001. In Durham, North Carolina, a city of historic charm, peaceful neighborhoods, and close-knit communities. Among the sprawling homes in its affluent enclaves stood the Peterson residence, a symbol of success and family. Kathleen Peterson was the kind of woman people admired, a business executive with a sharp intellect, a generous spirit, and a magnetic presence. Beside her, Michael Peterson, an acclaimed novelist and decorated veteran, seemed her perfect match, a man with a commanding charisma and a flair for storytelling. Together, they represented a life of achievement and happiness. But behind the doors of this elegant home, something unimaginable was about to unfold. On the night of December 9, 2001, Michael Peterson made a frantic 911 call. "My wife has had an accident. She fell down the stairs." Paramedics arrived to find Kathleen at the foot of a staircase, her body sprawled in a pool of blood. To Michael, it was a horrible accident. To the responding officers, it was something far more puzzling. The blood patterns, the severity of her injuries, they didn't align with a simple fall. Kathleen's life had ended violently, but the question remained, how? This was no ordinary investigation. As the details unfolded, it became a sensational story, one that exposed buried secrets and divided public opinion. A high-profile trial followed, broadcast into homes across the globe through a groundbreaking documentary, The Staircase. From theories of an accidental fall to allegations of murder, the case of Kathleen Peterson captivated the world. Was Michael Peterson a grieving husband or a cold-blooded killer? Was there more to this story than anyone could have imagined? As police arrived at the Peterson home in Durham, North Carolina, the scene they encountered was anything but straightforward. Kathleen Peterson lay at the foot of the staircase, surrounded by an alarming amount of blood, far more than one would expect from an accidental fall. The initial autopsy raised immediate concerns. Kathleen's injuries, including lacerations on her scalp, seemed inconsistent with a simple tumble. Detectives began piecing together the evidence, but instead of clarity, they found contradictions. Blood splatter analysis hinted at a violent struggle, not an accident. Then came the revelations: Michael Peterson's financial struggles and a $1.4 million life insurance policy on Kathleen. These details cast a shadow over the once idyllic image of the Petersons' marriage. As investigators delved deeper, startling discoveries emerged. They uncovered emails and explicit correspondence revealing Michael Peterson's secret bisexuality. This led prosecutors to suggest a hidden marital tension, that Kathleen might have discovered his secret, resulting in a fatal argument. Though the theory was controversial and divisive, it became central to the prosecution's case. Adding to the complexity was a chilling revelation from Michael's past. Years earlier, Elizabeth Ratliff, a family friend, had also died under eerily similar circumstances, found at the bottom of a staircase with injuries that resembled Kathleen's. Her body was exhumed, and a second autopsy ruled her death as a homicide, though evidence directly linking Michael was tenuous. The case captured the nation's attention, partly due to the peculiarities of the trial and the dramatic theories presented. Media outlets scrutinized every detail of Michael's life, amplifying the sensational aspects of the case. Friends and neighbors provided conflicting portrayals of the Peterson marriage, with some describing a loving partnership and others hinting at discord. The release of the Netflix documentary The Staircase further fueled public fascination, offering unprecedented access to Michael's defense team and reigniting debates over the case's unresolved mysteries. As the trial unfolded, three distinct theories about Kathleen Peterson's death took center stage, each painting a dramatically different picture of what could have transpired that night on the staircase. The owl theory. This theory, initially dismissed as outlandish, gained traction when forensic experts and wildlife enthusiasts raised a startling possibility: could Kathleen's injuries have been caused by an owl attack? Microscopic feathers and slivers of tree bark were reportedly found in her hair, and her wounds resembled talon marks. The theory suggested she might have been attacked outside, stumbled inside in a panic, and ultimately fallen to her death. While bizarre, it sparked heated debates about the plausibility of nature's involvement in a tragedy of this scale. The staircase struggle. The prosecution painted a darker scenario. They alleged that Kathleen discovered something, perhaps Michael's bisexuality or financial troubles, and a heated argument ensued. In this version of events, Michael bludgeoned Kathleen with a blunt object, possibly the family's missing blow poke, a fireplace tool. Blood spatter analysis presented by State Bureau investigator Dwayne Deaver seemed to support this narrative, claiming the patterns were consistent with a violent attack rather than a fall. The accidental fall. Michael's defense team insisted on the simplest explanation: Kathleen, after an evening of drinking and consuming Valium, slipped on the stairs and suffered a fatal fall. They argued that the staircase's narrow structure, combined with Kathleen's reported dizziness, made such an accident plausible. To bolster this claim, defense experts pointed out inconsistencies in the prosecution's blood spatter analysis and questioned the reliability of their methods. As theories clashed in the courtroom, the evidence introduced both clarity and confusion. Blood spatter analysis. Dwayne Deaver's testimony suggested a deliberate act of violence, but his findings would later be discredited, casting doubt on the prosecution's case. Family testimonies. Kathleen's sister, Candace Zamperini, took the stand with a powerful emotional testimony, condemning Michael and expressing her belief in his guilt. Her statement struck a chord with jurors, adding a human element to the prosecution's case. The German connection. Perhaps the most chilling revelation was the case of Elizabeth Ratliff, a family friend of the Petersons who died in Germany in 1985. Found at the bottom of a staircase, her death had been attributed to a brain hemorrhage, until her body was exhumed and re-examined. The results? Injuries eerily similar to Kathleen's, leading prosecutors to suggest a pattern. With conflicting theories, controversial evidence, and explosive courtroom moments, the case grew increasingly complex. Each revelation raised more questions than it answered, leaving the jury, and the public, grappling with one crucial question: was this a tragic accident or a carefully crafted lie? In 2003, after one of the most contentious trials in North Carolina's history, the jury delivered its verdict: Michael Peterson was guilty of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The prosecution's narrative, that Michael bludgeoned Kathleen with a fireplace blow poke in a fit of rage, had prevailed, despite the defense's insistence that her death was a tragic accident. As courtroom cameras captured the moment, the Peterson family appeared divided, with some children standing by Michael and others believing in his guilt. The nation watched as the trial's conclusion left an indelible mark on the true crime world. But this was far from the end. Years later, the reliability of a key prosecution witness, blood spatter analyst Dwayne Deaver, came under scrutiny. In 2011, it was revealed that Deaver had misrepresented evidence in multiple cases, including Peterson's. This revelation led to Michael's conviction being overturned, and he was granted a new trial. After spending 8 years in prison, Michael was released on house arrest in 2011. The case culminated in 2017 when he entered an Alford plea, maintaining his innocence while acknowledging that the prosecution had enough evidence to convict him. This legal maneuver brought an end to the legal saga, but not to the public's fascination. Even after decades, questions linger. Kathleen's injuries, described as too severe for a simple fall, continue to divide forensic experts. The lack of a definitive murder weapon leaves room for doubt. And then there's the owl theory, dismissed by many but supported by some wildlife experts and pathologists, which suggests a natural, albeit bizarre, cause for Kathleen's death. Adding another layer of complexity, behind-the-scenes footage from the Staircase documentary revealed moments of tension and ambiguity. Some viewers questioned Michael's authenticity, while others pointed to editing choices that shaped public perception. The final twist? Michael Peterson's life outside of prison remains clouded by uncertainty. He has maintained his innocence, yet Kathleen's family, and a significant portion of the public, remain convinced of his guilt. The unanswered question remains, what truly happened on that staircase? The case of Michael and Kathleen Peterson remains one of the most perplexing mysteries in modern true crime. Decades after that fateful night in 2001, the questions still haunt those who followed the case. Was Kathleen's death a tragic accident caused by a simple fall? Was Michael Peterson a grieving husband wrongly accused, or a calculating killer who concealed the truth? Even with exhaustive investigations, extensive media coverage, and the lens of a documentary, definitive answers remain just out of reach. Theories continue to swirl, each as compelling as the last, keeping this case alive in the public imagination. The cultural impact of the Peterson case extends beyond the courtroom. Forensic experts, legal analysts, and true crime enthusiasts continue to debate, did the judicial system get it right? Does the evidence truly add up? And what does this case tell us about the influence of media in shaping perceptions of guilt or innocence? Kathleen Peterson's death, Michael Peterson's trial, and the broader questions about justice and truth have left an indelible mark, not just on Durham, North Carolina, but on the world of true crime itself. But what do you think? Was Kathleen Peterson's death an accident, or something far more calculated? Could the truth lie in one of the existing theories, or is there a possibility we haven't yet considered? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. If you found this case as fascinating as we did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Unseen Real Crime for more gripping true crime stories. Click the notification bell to stay updated as we continue exploring the mysteries that keep us questioning everything we thought we knew.